XDefiant has come through to challenge Call of Duty. After playing this beta, they might have a chance. Welcome back to Will It Stick. That's what I'm calling this now. It's just when I take a look at the new shooters that's coming out and we see if they're one, good, and two, if they have the ability to stick around. Will they live or will they die a few months after launch? We're gonna take a look at XDefiant. The characters, okay, so the characters for this game, if you look at them singularly, they're kind of generic. But what this game does cool is the factions. The factions that you choose make up what abilities and what passives you get. But the factions in this game are based on other Ubisoft games. So they have like The Division, they got Rainbow Six Siege, they have Far Cry, Watch Dogs, and then there's one more. Splinter Cell. You might not be able to like make a connection with a singular character, but I think you can get behind the faction of a game that you like or something like that. Let's talk about maps and modes. So in the beta, well, as of recording this beta, there were 4 game modes in the beta. You had Domination, you have their version of Hardpoint, and then you have Escort, which is, if you played Overwatch, it's like you push the payload. And then they also had this game mode where you would attack and defend multiple points on a map. And if you attacked and got to the end, you win. If you stop them, then you lose. That was cool, but there was an absence of TDM. I need TDM. The absence of TDM is alarming, but I did see that they had TDM in previous playtests, so hopefully it launches with it. Also, if you looked on the website, there's another game mode called Hotshot, which is pretty much their take on Kill Confirm, where you kill somebody and you pick up the tags that they drop. So I guess if they don't have TDM, that's an option as well.
Hey, quick insert. They ended up adding Hotshot to the beta. It's not a TDM replacement. It's a fine game mode, but I would rather just have TDM in the game.
For the maps, they said they'll launch with 14. It looks like there are specific maps for specific modes or type of modes. So like the Escort game mode and the game mode where you attack points, those have different maps. Like you wouldn't play those maps with Domination as the game mode, which is fine. 14 maps is crazy at launch, I think. Let's talk about the guns in TTK. The guns actually felt pretty nice. You could tell the differences between the classes. They all had the distinct advantages and disadvantages of each class. And they have attachments. They have a bunch of attachments that you can equip to better fine tune what you want to do with whatever class you want. The guns that I use the snipers mostly in the beta. And they actually felt nice. The only other game that I really felt comfortable sniping in was Call of Duty. So it's nice to have that option in XDefiant. Now the TTK, at first I thought it was too fast, but I think that was just because of the first day and they were having some server issues. So I think things were happening on my side that wasn't true to the game. But after they patched it and after I got used to the game, it felt fine. I was able to survive longer than I previously could. But I think that's also because I got used to the movement of the game. And that brings me to the movement of the game. Movement is actually not that bad. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not as smooth as Call of Duty, I would say, but it's not, you're also not a running boulder. Like some games, you just feel like a brick moving through water. This game is not like that, but it's definitely not as smooth as Call of Duty either. The movement options that this game provides, so they don't have like movement abilities. They got the classic run and they got the slide. It looks like this game is allowing you, or the developers are gonna allow you to take advantage of the game engine stuff. So stuff like B-hopping, slide cancel, and slide jumping, that's all in the game. And you see all that, that's how you can, you know, stay alive. So you can learn that if you want, but it's pretty cool. I think it's cool. On to my favorite part of looking at new games is the innovation. Now, honestly, this game doesn't seem to have much innovation. It doesn't really do anything new. It looks like they are just refining the things that make an arena shooter good. And they're just trying to do those things well. Which I'm all for. A solid game is a solid game. But overall, I had a lot of fun playing the XDefiant beta. I didn't think it would be as fun as it was. After playing, I could see what XDefiant could bring to the table in arena shooters. So honestly, if I gave it a rating, a personal rating, it would be a 4 out of 5. A solid 4 out of 5. On to its staying power. Now, I do think that Call of Duty is in dire need of some competition. And I do think XDefiant is good competition for Call of Duty. Probably the best that we'll see in a while. With that, I will give it a 3.7 out of 5 for staying power. I do think it has the ability to live alongside Call of Duty, but we have seen Ubisoft botch some games in the past. Am I right? Maybe you think I'm wrong. Make sure to leave that in the comments though. But I appreciate y'all for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next one.